Listen, good luck, and we are moments away from discovering which of these green-fingered amateurs will be exhibiting at this year's Hampton Court Flower Show. Look at the tension in here, I tell you what. It's unbelievable. Anyway, before we find out, let's see how this trio of finalists got on impressing the judges.
3 designs have made it through to our final. We've got to choose one to be built at the RHS Hampton Court Flower Show in July. Before we choose a winner, we want to interrogate our finalists about their designs. So my fellow judges and I have brought them to the Cardiff Flower Show. First before us, Helen and Holly.
All the planting is taken straight from the silk designs of 18th century Spitalfields.
I worry a little bit about concrete and the amount of concrete. Do you intend it as a walk-through garden, or do you intend it just to be viewed from the outside?
I'd imagined that it would actually mostly be viewed from the outside, and that the concrete inlets are more to allow the eye to go straight through the garden in places.
As you look through, you've then got this wow factor of this planting the other side, and we just really want this contrast to show the different sides of the fabric.
Absolutely brilliant, girls. Well done.
Great.
Thank you very much.
I hope they realise that we want to take on board what they think will work and their experience, because we've never done this before.
Next, John Kane with his design, inspired by plantswoman Gertrude Jekyll.
I love it, John, but it scares the life out of me. I mean, Jekyll was probably the most famous plantswoman this country's ever produced. How are you going to pull that off at a show?
It is a big challenge, I think, to produce something like this, and I'm flexible.
So the garden's packed full of plants and they'll all be flowering at different times. Are you confident that you can do that sort of thing?
We don't necessarily have to go for this exact planting. I think with your knowledge, we can perhaps produce something similar and bring it up to date. It's not a museum piece. We're not trying to replicate what Jekyll did exactly. It's the essence. Okay.
Well done.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you. I think they like the design and the questions that they brought up. I hope I answered them okay. I can understand their concerns about part of the garden, so...
Last but not least, Alexandra and her Roman bath design.
I think it's quite inspirational, but do you think the person walking up to it will instantly identify as Bath?
I think so. I would say it's quite a romantic garden.
The grass, I think, is beautiful. That wafting movement and sensuality is fine. But I think just a couple of Roman columns would actually stamp Bath.
I'm not convinced. I think the garden's a lot more, it's meant to be a lot more abstract than that. What I thought was this garden is the energy really would be the plants and the colour and the texture and the form and the scale. And it's that energy that I want to bring to Hampton Court, the energy of Bath and the vitality.
That's great. Thank you very much indeed. Well done.
Thank you. I disagreed with Christine in particular. I wouldn't say so much the 2 guys, but definitely Christine. I didn't think a column would be appropriate.
OK, fair enough. But before we choose our winner, a last challenge to test the horticultural knowledge of our finalists. They have to put the right labels on these 10 plants.
I'm delighted to say you've got 9 right. Well done. Do you want to know your score? 6. Well done. 3 right, but you had 6 right at one stage.
Oh no, I kept changing my mind.
So, John is top of the plant test and Alexandra's last. With those results and the 3 designs, there's a lot to talk about.
I don't really know how we're going to decide.
But with the stakes so high, this is a decision we've got to get right.
So we left the judges deliberating, but they're all here now with us. Head Judge Christine and, of course, Adam, and nice to see you. Christine, was it hard to break it down to the final 3? Well, 4, but 3, you know what I mean, 3 entries.
It was, because the standard this year was exceptional. I mean, everybody that entered needs to be congratulated, but the finalists, by gum, did we have some spanking design?
Oh, spanking... Good. Well, listen, this is the question. Well, I'm looking at you 3 knowing the answer to this question. Was the decision unanimous?
Not quite.
How did you then decide, actually, if it wasn't?
I think it's probably to do with the spanking, I think, wasn't it?
Quite a lot of discussion, forceful discussion, very little debate.
Would you debate and argue?
Well, we're all still friends then.
Oh, good.
It was incredibly difficult.
All right.
Bless
But you
them, they're all quivering.
had the last vote, though, didn't you? Because you're the head judge, of course.
I had casting vote.
Casting vote. There we are. OK.
So, well, the finalists are before us. Shall we find out?
Fear.
Who is the winner?
Excitement brewing. Are you all?
Christine,
Are you
we've got the drum roll,
Right.
or is it a wheelbarrow full of bricks?
It's bricks.
Yeah.
On cobbles.
Good luck to everyone.
Yes, good.
And the winner is Alexandra!
Here we are then. Bunch of flowers appropriately. There we are, my dear. Congratulations. Honestly, well done. Well done. Your design will be on display at the Hampton Court Flower Show.
Very well done.
Wow.
You deserve it.
You didn't expect it, but how are you feeling, Alex? How are you feeling?
I can't believe it. I just thought, because my design was so controversial, I know Christine wasn't the biggest fan.
She's not a fan
I'm
of
a 3
colours?
out of 10.
Yeah.
It wasn't looking good for me, but
you fought for it, and it was worth it.
Well done once again.
Yes.
Congratulations. Lovely. And don't walk over there, Christine. There's a massive column over there. So
They
don't
need to
walk
get
over
me.
there.
Yeah, and
Anyway.
well done as well, too.
Runners up. They did.
The other three.
Your
You
standard
did.
of work was outstanding.
There we are. Well,
Brilliant.
last night we thought we had some pretty big public art on